Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So it's been a little while since I've done another video, but I do have plenty of ideas in the works. It's just getting them down and making the time to do them really. This video that I'm going to do today is based on something I'm going to have as a running thing. This is going to be season 1 of this specific thing I'm trying to do, and what it is, I'm going to be looking over each of the heroes in Overwatch and giving my own personal suggestions as to what I would do with each of them. Either to just spruce them up, give them a bit of life, or just to how I think that they could benefit, and it's based off of my observations. Obviously, I'm no professional player, neither am I, a part of the development team or anything like that. It's just personal preference, what I would personally do, and if you like it, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine too. Constructive feedback is fantastic down below if you want to give it. But obviously, like I say, it's going to be me looking through each of the heroes in Overwatch, and I'm going to be doing it in alphabetical order and 3 per episode, so 3 different heroes per episode. So with that, I'm going to jump straight into Anna. Now, what I would personally do with Anna, if it was up to me, or if I thought it was a good idea, is remove her reload. One of the biggest issues with Anna is that she has to reload, and people get stuck in that same mindset that they have done since they were for however many years old, of every time you're out of combat, do a reload. And the amount of times that you do that reload and you end up just getting caught out as a result of it, and everything goes wrong at that point. So what I would do instead is I would give her a second type of grenade. Now, it wouldn't be a healing grenade, neither would it be specifically a damaging grenade in the same sense as taking off health pool. No, what I would do is I would have a corrosive grenade. Now, corrosive grenade I think would be fantastic for those situations when you need shield break and the rest of your team is not a Bastion. It's not one of those people that can easily break down the shields and really get in there, get into the thick of it. So instead, R would be a switch over from being in healing nade and to this corrosive grenade, essentially. What it would allow you to do is, for them moments when, like, pirate ship or there's a Bastion on top of the hill, you'd be able to swap to this corrosive nade and throw it up onto the hill, smash it over a shield or what have you, and the shield would start to corrode. It'd be a fair bit of DPS over time, let's say 40 DPS every second or something like that. It could be upped based on, obviously, observations. At the end of the day, you've got Reinhardt being 2,000 shield, 2,000 health shield. But obviously, you'd be able to just work and twiddle with that. It would be this opportunity to allow kind of the aspect of what Anna is. She's this biochemist, she's this person that's supposed to have lots of different alchemy-based skills, but she only uses this healing dart and this anti-nade style, this nade that's also an anti-heal, So it feels like she doesn't quite live up to that standard of, being this, full-on chemist. So it maybe just plays straight into the role of the actual character as well. The second person in this list, obviously alphabetically, is Ashe. Now, Ashe is brand new. She's just come out. She's got lots of bits and pieces, but apparently, according to statistics and stuff with the development team that's been released recently, she is doing amazingly. She's really hitting it off with the public, and her stats are phenomenal. The 2 things that I would personally change. Now, I find Bob to be burdening, to put it lightly. What I would personally do when it comes to Ashe is I would first of all take Bob's hit and not make it hit scan. I would make it so that it has a projectile speed, because I find that the fact that you can literally poke out of a corner, and when Bob gets sights on you, shoots you, you drop very quickly. It doesn't matter how quickly you poke out of that corner, you're going to get hit, and you're going to get hit hard just for that brief amount of time. I find that if Bob had non-hit scan, so you could actually poke out and try and get some hits in, or try and dodge or try and run out of the way or anything like that, there's just a better opportunity for you to be able to handle the situation against Bob, because he can be very painful. I have done a few times when I've been doing like the free-for-all and death matches and stuff like that, and as soon as that Bob sees you, if you are playing any kind of DPS, your health goes down really quickly. So yeah, that's just one thing. And the second thing is I'd just take down his overall Bob's overall damage, maybe by 10 or 15%. It's still painful. It would still be incredibly good. I may even say to extend his time on the field for maybe an extra second. That might help just to even things out a little bit. He'd still be able to create the same sort of DPS and what have you, and he'd still be able to contest the point for a little bit longer, but it wouldn't be hit scanning. It wouldn't have the increased amount. It would have a slightly decreased amount of damage. So, swings and roundabouts. Overall, I think Ashe is fantastic. She's really good. I'm trying to think of anything else really. If maybe just decrease Ashe's actual damage by 10 or something like that, because she does 170 headshot with the gun out, so maybe something like that, with the sniping down the things. The problem is, you see, because I'm a tracer main, I'm not. It's just one of the characters I really like to play. So when it comes down to it, if you play tracer, if you get shot once in the head, you are dead. And it's as simple as that. And it's not hard for her to hit you in the head when she's got 12 bullets in that thing, and by law of averages, one of them's going to hit you, and the chances of being in the head with you being such a thin model like Tracer, you're going to get hit somewhere. It's got to be somewhere. So most likely it's going to hit you in the head, especially with my luck. So the last person I was going to say was Bastion. Now, Bastion is kind of in a good place. He's going to be getting changed anyway soon to decrease his overall spread with his sentry mode, and also he's going to have the amount of bullets when in roaming mode or recon mode increased by 10. Now that's fine, that's great, that works really well for Bastion. I think personally he shouldn't be in sentry mode as much. People just play him as this, let's just stick him here and put a shield in front of him, and I don't really like that myself. I tend to run around playing him and try and get as many kills with the machine gun, because you actually do more damage than overall. If you're actually using it correctly, you can do more damage than a Soldier 76 just in recon mode. But the way I change him is I would actually change his health pool so that his health pool is more armor than it is health, and maybe decrease his health by a little bit. Now what this would mean is that getting through his actual health is just a little bit harder, but the reason I would do this is because I would want it so that he relies more upon his repair, but his repair is outside of combat rather than being in combat. Because the amount of times when you're trying to shoot down that Bastion and he's just repairing. I have jumped through a Dragon Strike from Hanzo and managed to survive just by doing my repair. I think it should take you out of combat. I think he should be out of function for maybe 5 seconds out of combat, and as a result of that, it's much stronger as a heal. You can't cancel it, and maybe it restores an extra 50 armor onto your health by the end of the heal. It has a reason for having you take you out of combat, and it would also give you more. It would give you the people that you're against more of an opportunity to burst you down, whilst actually in the thick of it. Obviously, this means that you'd rely more on the healers and stuff like that, but in all fairness, just the sheer issue of his healing can be a bit overburdening at times. Not obviously if you play around him properly and what have you, but we're talking about people from all kind of tiers and ranks and what have you coming forward. So, this could be from GM to what have you, but obviously Bastion falls off towards late game ranks and what have you. But anyway, it was just a thought, just this idea that he would then be this more working on the mobility and keeping himself. I mean, look at May, for example. May, she takes herself, she'll take herself out of combat while she's doing her ice block and stuff like that. I'm thinking of some same sort of lines as that. She takes him out of combat. Maybe he gets a big boost of armor during the course of it, just to make sure that he doesn't get completely picked off as a result of it. But it means that there's a reason for him to go out of combat, so that he's not just literally sitting in sentry form on top of the, just outside the first spawn area of your opponent, so that he can just burst everyone down as they come out the door. So yeah, this is just a bit of an idea to the whole thing, and see what you guys thought. I hope you've enjoyed the video. This is just literally a theory. This is me thinking it up one night and saying, oh, actually this would be quite fun. I'd like to see what people's opinion is, and if they wanted to give me a suggestion. And this is season 1, so by the time I get around to doing season 2, these heroes might have been completely changed with reworks. So anyway, we'll see how it all goes. Thank you very much to everyone for watching the video, and I really hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to be doing more of these in the future, as well as a few more coming soon. So thank you very much, and I will speak to you later. Bye guys.